Welcome, Shadow Seekers, to American Shadows, Crimes and Chronicles. Today, we're unearthing a tale that'll haunt your thoughts long after it ends. Whether you're glued to the screen or just listening in, you're in for a wild ride through history's darkest corners. If you're new, hit subscribe to join our mission of exposing America's hidden truths. Regulars, your likes fuel our journey into the unknown. Now, let's peel back the layers of time and reveal the secrets beneath. Ready? Let's begin. Collision in the Fog, the Andrea Doria's final voyage. Gather round, folks, for a tale of maritime disaster that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. It's a story of grandeur and tragedy, of split-second decisions and haunting aftermaths. This is the tale of the Andrea Doria, the Italian ocean liner that met its untimely end off the coast of Nantucket on a foggy night in 1956. Picture this. It's July 25th, 1956. And the Andrea Doria, a majestic symbol of Italian post-war maritime luxury, is making her 101st transatlantic voyage from Genoa, Italy, to New York City. This floating palace, adorned with fine art and modern luxuries, carries 1,706 passengers and crew. Many are American tourists returning from European vacations, while others are immigrants chasing the American dream. Little do they know that their lives are about to be forever altered. As night falls and the Andrea Doria approaches the east coast of the United States, a heavy fog blankets the sea. Captain Piero Calamai, a seasoned mariner, reduces speed but maintains course. He orders the foghorn to be sounded and the radar to be monitored closely. Meanwhile, approaching from the opposite direction is the MS Stockholm, a smaller Swedish-American ship en route from New York to Gothenburg. On the bridge of the Stockholm, Third Officer Johan Ernst Karstens Johansson is also battling the dense fog. Both vessels are equipped with radar, but in a cruel twist of fate, this modern technology will contribute to the impending disaster. The Andrea Doria's radar is misinterpreting the Stockholm's position, and Karstens Johansson is misreading his radar. At 11:10 p.m., the ship's radars detect each other. Both captains, believing they're following standard procedure, steer to starboard. But something is terribly wrong. Suddenly, at 11:20 p.m., the Stockholm emerges from the fog, bearing down on the Andrea Doria's starboard side. Captain Calamai's voice rings out, "Tutto sinistra! All left!" But it's too late. The Stockholm's reinforced, icebreaker bow slices into the Andrea Doria like a giant can opener. The impact is catastrophic, tearing a gaping hole in the Andrea Doria's side and flooding multiple compartments. Passengers are thrown from their beds. Some are killed instantly as cabins collapse. Others find themselves suddenly facing the open sea, where a wall once stood. Chaos erupts aboard the Andrea Doria. The ship immediately begins to list to starboard. Water pours in through the gash, flooding entire decks within minutes. In a cruel twist, half of the ship's lifeboats are unusable due to the severe list. Aboard the Stockholm, the bow is crushed, but the ship remains stable. In a miraculous turn of events, 14-year-old Linda Morgan is found alive on the Stockholm's deck, thrown there from her cabin on the Andrea Doria during the collision. She would become known as the Miracle Girl, but her stepsister and father were not so fortunate. As distress calls crackle over the radio, ships in the vicinity race to the scene. The French liner Ile-de-France, having already passed Andrea Doria earlier, makes a daring turn to come to the rescue. What follows is one of the most successful rescue operations in maritime history. Over the next several hours, a mix of skill, bravery, and sheer luck sees 1,660 passengers and crew transferred from the doomed Andrea Doria. The ship's severe list makes launching lifeboats a perilous task. Passengers cling to rope ladders, praying they won't slip into the dark waters below as they're transferred to rescue ships. Meanwhile, the press catches wind of the unfolding drama. Newsrooms across America spring into action. Reporters charter planes to fly over the scene, broadcasting live updates to a nation holding its breath. As dawn breaks on July 26th, the Andrea Doria's list has increased to an alarming 20 degrees. Captain Calamai, after ensuring all surviving passengers and crew have been evacuated, finally abandoned ship. At 10:09 a.m., almost 11 hours after the collision, the Andrea Doria rolls onto its starboard side and slips beneath the waves. The final toll is devastating. 51 lives lost, with 46 of them from the Andrea Doria. The disaster sends shockwaves through the maritime world and captivates the American public. Questions abound. How could two ships, equipped with modern radar, collide in open sea? Why did the Andrea Doria sink while the Stockholm remained afloat? In the aftermath, both sides blame each other. Litigation drags on for years. The Andrea Doria disaster leads to significant changes in maritime safety regulations and ship design. The era of the great ocean liners is waning as air travel begins its ascent. Today, the wreck of the Andrea Doria lies 240 feet below the surface of the Atlantic. It's become known as the Mount Everest of scuba diving, a treacherous site that has claimed the lives of over a dozen divers. The ship continues to slowly disintegrate, taking its secrets with it to the ocean floor. As we reflect on the Andrea Doria disaster, we're reminded of the power of the sea, the fallibility of technology, and the incredible capacity for human heroism in the face of catastrophe. It stands as a testament to the risks that immigrants and travelers faced in pursuit of the American dream and the price sometimes paid for our interconnected world. This is American Shadows, where we dive into the murky depths of history. The sinking of the Andrea Doria serves as a stark reminder that even in our modern world, the sea remains a formidable and unforgiving force. Until next time, may your voyages be safe, and may you never take for granted the thin line between disaster and salvation.